And millennial women are opting out of babies and raising pets instead of children. What the fuck? What the fuck? Seriously, I mean, what the fuck is wrong with these women? Pets instead. We saw this coming. This was coming for a while. Okay. All right. So let's jump into this. We're looking at an article that was published on by the New York Post. It's also been published by various other publications as well. So let's go ahead and read up. More young women choosing dogs over motherhood. America's next generation of youngsters should be called Generation Rex. If you're wondering why playgrounds around the city are so quiet and dog runs are packed, a new report has an answer. Oh shit. More and more US women are foregoing motherhood and getting their maternal kicks by owning handbag-sized canines. Data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention show that a big drop in the number of babies born to women ages 15 to 29 corresponds with a huge increase in the number of tiny pooches owned by young US women, reports the business news site Quartz. Dog crazy New York ladies told the Post that they aren't surprised by the findings and that they happily gave up diaper changes, temper tantrums, and college funds for the easy affection of their doggy children. I want to pause for a moment. Notice, these women don't want to have to take care of children. They also don't want to have to save for their children's future so that they can basically buy more useless junk. Wow. The article continues on. I'd rather have a dog over a kid, declared Sarah Foster, 30, a Chelsea equities trader, who says her French bulldog Maddie brings her more joy than a child. It's just less work, and honestly, I have more time to go out. You don't have to get a babysitter. The federal data behind the report show that over the past 7 years, the number of live births per 1,000 women between the ages 15 and 29 in America has plunged 9%. At the same time, research by the American Pet Products Association shows the number of small dogs under 25 pounds in the United States has skyrocketed from 34.1 million to 2008 to 40.8 million in 2012. Holy cow. Holy cow. So women have purchased it's gone up by over 6 million dogs. Almost 7 million dogs more women are purchasing. Women are not only having fewer children, but are also getting married later. There are more single and unmarried women in their late 20s and early 30s, which also happens to be the demographic that buys the most small dogs. Market researcher Damien Shore told Quartz. Asked if he thought the drop in baby births and the rise in puppy ownership was a coincidence, or if women these days were really making dogs their little bundle of joy, Shore said there's definitely some replacement happening there. Dog lovers interviewed the Post, and dog lovers interviewed by the Post said the trend has long been going on in the city, where single women with pocket pooches have been a standard for years. Mary Smith, 25 of Murray Hill, said her 6-month-old French bulldog, Tolliver, brings her as much joy as a baby would. Dogs are better. Look at Tolliver. He's great. Except he snores a lot. He even has his own Instagram. Oh my gosh. What the fuck? Smith said during a walk with the pooch, a dog is easier to transport than a child. It's less final than having a child. See, guys, here's something interesting about this. Here's something really interesting about this, guys. In this situation, these women realize that when the dog hits a certain age, they can just get rid of it. Take it to a pound and then put the dog to sleep. And then they're done. They basically get everything they want out of the animal with none of the responsibility. Very little responsibility. They take care of it until it's brought them enough affection and love and joy, and then they throw it out like a piece of trash. and get a new one, or basically don't get anything else. This is how funny women are. This is how funny women are. This is what they're doing. They are literally replacing dogs, replacing people with pets, and then using those pets to fulfill their narcissistic needs, and then basically discarding them later on. And it happens over and over and over. We shouldn't be surprised by this. It's going to keep happening. Women are going to keep doing it because they don't see any reason not to. They see no reason to stop doing this. They see no reason to stop going out and actually focusing on motherhood and developing families. And replacing dogs. And building families and starting lives. I mean, it's really getting bad out there. It's getting bad out there, and guys, it's just going to keep getting worse. Don't think it's going to get better. It's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. That's the way we're going. That's the direction things are going in. Women don't value family. They don't value relationships. They don't value men. They don't value commitment. They only value resources, and girls just want to have fun. That's the current segment of society that we live in today. It's unfortunate, but it's absolutely true. Tyree Sneed says, how do they steal men's resources with these pets? Well, to be very honest, here's the thing. They still want men to take care of them. They want men to go and buy them shit. They want men to marry them. There was a guy named Yan Ling. There's a guy named Yan Ling who actually talked about this. And he explained that he was married to a woman for a number of years. And she was a model. She wasted all her money. She made hundreds of thousands of dollars, blew all of it, while he basically took care of all of the bills. And he said that they got a dog. I believe it was a small dog. And he literally was the only one who took care of it. It was his dog when it came time to walk the dog, feed the dog, do all the things for the dog. It was her dog when it came down to social events. And I mean, it's downright pathetic. It was really sad. I think he said he still has the dog. Even after divorcing her, he was able to keep the dog through divorce court. But it's just ridiculous how women have turned out these days. It's sad. It's sad. Benjamin Lopez says it best. They only value resources and cock. That's the honest truth. You know, I had Based Mama on the channel earlier, and some people, like, you guys are like, I hate it when you bring a girl on. But a lot of times they say very insightful things. For example, one thing that you pointed out is that women are naturally hypergamous. They can't, by nature, women want to jump from one cock to the next. So it's understandable with women these days. I mean, they don't even want to slow down for marriage. Not until they essentially get what they want. Not until they essentially get something out of... They basically don't want to slow down for marriage until they have no more options left. They're going to keep bouncing all over the place until they get what they want, until they have no more options, until a man no longer wants them, until they can't find a guy who'll take care of them anymore, until they can't ride the cock carousel anymore. Once they run off the option of riding the cock carousel, that's when they want a nice guy to take care of them. I remember my therapist who, after she said this to me, I basically said fuck you to her. Because she said to me, I told her I didn't want to have children, I didn't want to get married, just wanted to focus on myself and be happy. Essentially, I told her it was a MGTOW without using the word MGTOW. And she said, no, that's not a good idea. I don't want you to do that. And I said, wait a minute, what are you talking about? I'm feeling better and happier after coming to this rationalization and realization. She goes, I want you to be a nice man. And I said to her, you know, I'm going to call you out on your bullshit. Do you like nice men? She looks at me with a filthy grin on her face. I've told the story a few times. And she goes, I will admit, when I was younger, I liked the wilder men, the bad boy. But now I want a nice man. Keep in mind, she's about 60 now. Now she's single and alone. Now she wants a nice man. So she said she wants a nice guy. I said, let me ask you, at what age did you start liking nice men? She goes, around 40. 40! Around 40, she started liking nice men. After she looked like shit, after she had traveled the world, after she had 2 fucking kids already. She had 2 kids, had traveled the world, had all her fun, and then she wanted a nice guy to come and take care of her. Let me talk about her a bit. As far as I know, she has no real retirement plan. At the job that she's at, maybe they set her up with something, but she can't be making more than $15 an hour. She's not making a shitload of money. And I know that for a fact. She's not making a shitload of money. Just based on the way she carries herself. So when you talk about nice men, she wants a nice guy. She wants a guy to come and save her. At 60 years old, because her kids are getting married. Her kids have left her. She had 2 sons. One son lives in like Norway, one of those countries over there, like Norway or Amsterdam. He lives overseas in Europe. And the other son, I forget what he does. But the point is, her children have moved on with their lives, and she's all alone now. And she's still like holding on tight to like her oldest son who's still around, because that's all she has. She has no man in her life. She's old. She's miserable. She went through 2 different men that I know of. She went through at least two different relationships. I believe she was married 2 times, and then both relationships went to hell. She married the bad boy. The bad boys fucked her, got her pregnant, and then bailed on her. And now she wants a nice guy, and she thinks that a guy like me could have been a nice guy. At that moment, that's when I said, yeah, I'm done with therapy. I'm done with you, and I'm getting the fuck out of here. Women are full of shit. There's no shock that millennial women are opting out of babies, raising pets instead of children, because at the end of the day, it's men who are really raising children. As men are going their own way, an increasing number of women are going to realize that shit, you know what? It's not going to be so great to raise a child without a man around. So the very notion of going and, women going to sperm banks and getting impregnated with children, that shit's not going to happen either. Because, as you can see, these women want to have their cake and they want to eat it too. They don't want all the responsibility that comes with it. They don't want their bodies to start looking like shit because they had babies. They don't want to have to take care of themselves, and so that they can essentially get their bodies back after they have a baby. Because most women are just completely wild. You actually think about it. For example, women like Heidi Klum, they've had children. Heidi Klum has had children. Her body looks great. Her body looks incredible. Some people will say, that's absolutely ridiculous. You can't compare that to a supermodel. What, so is she like because she's a supermodel, she's like Superwoman? That's incorrect. It's because she eats right and stays active. She says that she gets her workout done by chasing her children. That's her entire workout on a daily basis, just chasing her fucking children. What does that say about the average American woman? The average American woman isn't doing jack shit. They're basically just narcissistic and chasing cock all day. Okay? They ride the cock carousel, they eat terrible meals, they do crack, and then they look like shit by the time they're 28, and they wonder why the fuck doesn't anyone want them anymore when they literally hit the wall. And they're like, all men are fucking pigs. All men are fucking dogs. I hate them. I hate them. The truth is that women are completely full of shit. A lot of the women I bring on my channel, you think I don't know they're full of shit? I bring them on because I want you guys to listen to the shit that comes out of their mouths. I think that Barbara A Bit of Brit, I think she's an okay person. But at the same time, she's the typical woman, for example. She literally is like cooking and cleaning and doing all this shit now so that she can have a man to take care of her. Because I brought it up. She's 28, so she's basically hitting the wall now. And she has to have a man because she realizes, oh shoot, shit has hit the fan. Base Mama pointed this out in an earlier podcast that women are not as collective as people think. They'll work together. But if it's no longer advantageous to work together, they'll throw each other onto the bus. That's how women are, even faster than men. There's no loyalty among women. Women are not loyal to anything, especially each other. They're only loyal to their emotions. Wherever the wind blows, their emotions will go. And that's how they'll make their decisions. You want to control a woman? Learn how to control her emotions, and you can control her. That's the honest truth. Just want to remind you guys, I make about 3 of these videos every single day, so please consider becoming a patron by clicking on the Patreon donate link in the header of my YouTube homepage, or you can find a link to it also in the description of this video. Also, never miss another Angry MGTOW video by enabling notifications. You can enable notifications by clicking on the little notification button below any video, and you'll see a pop-up that says send me all notifications for this channel. Check the box, hit save, and if you've already done it, you don't have to do it again. This will always ensure that you receive a notification whenever I'm live streaming or put out a new video. Let me know if you agree that the reason why millennial women are not having children anymore is because they are narcissistic, they are self-centered, they are completely based within their own egos, but this is only going to completely fall back in on them because they're not going to find any fulfillment in their lives. Real fulfillment, real happiness. Let me know